I don't know, I just left school one day, skipped school, went downtown, and I was kind of just walking around. And I bumped into this guy who was offering me money. So I decided to go with him for money because it was money, and I was like, you know, a lot of money is, I mean, money, just period, money is a lot to a little kid, right? So I went with him for, what was it, about 20 bucks or something like that, and I thought, oh my God, I'm a millionaire.
I was 13 years old, walking home from school, and a guy stopped and offered me a ride. So I accepted the ride, and in the car he said, kept on saying how cute I was, and you know, what a good playmate I'd make and everything. So he said, he offered me, you know, some money to go to bed with him, and I was in a group home. I had no income at all. I got, what, $4 a week if I was lucky, and I was smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, and I liked doing drugs and that. So I just decided, well, I may as well go for it. You know, I didn't know it was something wrong. I didn't know what I'd be doing or anything like that, so I just did it. And I went to school the next day, and my friend said, how did you get this? And I told her what happened. She looks at me, she goes, oh, you're a hooker, you know. That's what I said.
I've been whoring since I was 14. I tried my first trick when I was 12, but I never really lived on it until I was 14. I've been whoring since I was 14. I tried my first trick when I was 12, but I never really lived on it until I was 14. I've been whoring since I was 14. I tried my first trick when I was 12, but I never really lived on it until I was 14. I've been whoring since I was 14. I tried my first trick when I was 12, but I never really lived on it until I was 14. I've been whoring since I was 14. I tried my first trick when I was 12, but I never
I was doing. He put it indoors. So I followed him. Got me so close. So close. Got me so closer than close. I noticed this unsevered umbilical cord connecting me to the opportunity that he was offering me. Refuse. Couldn't refuse it. He showed me he didn't know why it'd be worth doing. He showed.
I mean, at that point, like I say, he had just reached a point where he wasn't going to cooperate no matter what. And I didn't have the Ruger 1022 on me. I had it, it was upstairs in the backpack. I had my 40 cal and I had a knife. And I didn't want to use the knife on him because I'm like, I'm going to make a big mess. And so I think I just kind of grabbed him by the neck and pushed him up against one of the posts and put the knife to him, and he still, like, he had his hands out, but he still wasn't doing what I said. And then I started getting pissed, and I just told him, I was like, I have a gun upstairs, and you know, if you want to do this the hard way or do it the easy way, it's up to you. He didn't really believe me or take me seriously or whatever, so there was a shovel in the basement, and I hit him with that a couple times, and he was still trying to wrestle with me and stuff, and I just came to the realization that, you know, he wasn't going to stop fighting, and so I knew I was either going to have to knock him out or just kill him. But by then I already had her all set up upstairs, and it was, you know, it's like, it was annoying me that I was having to deal with him, and so I went back upstairs. I like ran back upstairs, and by then I was all amped up and grabbed the 1022 out of the backpack. I didn't want to shoot him with the 40 cal because there was a cop car right across the road. I don't know if it was the sheriff's house or if his car was just there.
Parked in the driveway or something?
Yeah, it was like there was a house probably only 100 yards away, and the 40 cal was loud, and I was paranoid about using it, so I grabbed that, and I grabbed the silencer and put that on, and I was upstairs for maybe not very long, like 20 or 30 seconds, and she was still on the bed. She couldn't move anywhere at that time, but she could tell that things were not going well. I think I was cursing and stuff, and like he kept yelling up after me up the stairs. He was like, "Where's my wife? What's going on?" And I was like, I told you, you're not going to cooperate. You can do it the hard way. And came back downstairs, and he was standing at the bottom of the stairs in the basement still. It was like he didn't have any light, but I could tell when I came down the stairs, like he was trying to figure out like some way to fight me. He was like feeling around for something to hit me with, and I came back down the stairs, and I saw that, and I said, "Oh, you're still not going to cooperate," and I had the gun out in front of me, like pointed from the hip, and had my headlamp on. He saw the gun, and he started to say something, and it just pissed me off, and I just started pulling the trigger. And he threw his arms up, kind of crossed them in front of him, it seems like. And I actually saw, like in my headlamp, I actually saw the bullets hitting him. But it wasn't loud, it was... You couldn't even really... I mean, if someone heard that gun, even if they were in the next room, they probably wouldn't even know it was a gun. It was that quiet.
How many times was it?
I just kept pulling the trigger. I pulled as fast as I could until the magazine was empty.
So 10?
Yeah. And, yeah, he didn't, he was still standing when the last shot. But I was pissed off after I had to shoot him because I knew, I was really proud of that gun. I was like, now I have to throw the barrel away. So I was pissed off about that. But anyway, yeah, so after he went down, I checked him out for a couple minutes, just kind of watched him, and he had his eyes closed, so I don't think he was dead. But I waited long enough to make sure that he wasn't going to get back up or go anywhere, and then I went back upstairs and took the gun apart. And I don't think she knew that, or I didn't take it apart, I just took the silencer off, but and put it back in my backpack. I don't think she knew that I had shot him, but she knew that something had happened. And after that, at first she didn't, try anything much, but then once she realized that I was going to rape her, then she started fighting again and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go into details of that part, but I had all the ropes and had a bunch of stuff with me, like stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. And stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. And stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. And stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. And stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. And stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. And stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. And stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. Stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. Stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. Stuff that I had been thinking about for a while that I was going to do, and I did it. Screaming, so I made a gag, took a bunch of paper towels and some duct tape, put them in her mouth, and wrapped duct tape around her mouth. And yeah, after that, she wasn't fighting anymore. I think she knew what was going to happen. And put all my anything that had touched her, like the cuffs and everything else. I didn't want to throw them away, but I just decided I better, so I threw all that stuff I had one of those big bags, and I just, after I had her tied up, I had cut off all of her clothes with that knife. And actually, I think it was the same knife that I had on me when they arrested me in Texas. And I put all her, everything that had been on her, I put in that bag, and then grabbed the bag, walked her downstairs all the way to the basement, and she was sitting on a bench down there, and she was kind of out of it by then. When I second time I raped her, I had choked her. I think she passed out for a little while. So she was, like by the time I walked her downstairs, she was a little bit out of it. I don't know if she really knew what was going on at that point. I had my leather gloves on, and I think I took a piece of the rope and stood behind her while she was sitting on that bench, and used it like a garrote and strangled her. And I knew that she was gone, so I was pretty sure that she was gone, but then I wanted to be sure she wasn't gonna wake back up or start breathing again, so I took a cable tie and put it around her neck, tightened it down as much as I could, and then left her on the floor.
I don't have the license plate number at all, right? Like, apparently he picked up one girl, took her to Stanley Park, and beat her up. Didn't take her money or anything, he just beat her up, right? Then he came back and he picked up another girl and took her down to the beach and did the same thing. No money was taken. He just picks up girls and he takes them down to the park or the beach or somewhere and beats them up.
This is everything I always wanted. This is everything I ever needed. Is there an end point? Is there a reason? What is your interest in pain? What is your interest in power? How much money will it cost? How much money does it take? How long before you give it up? How long before you put a bullet in your fucking head? This is everything I always wanted. This is what I knew I needed. Pinpoint the beginning. Pinpoint the reason. Is this a boring, pointless exercise in self-indulgence? When will you give it up? How much money does it cost? Put a bullet on your fucking head. This is everything I always wanted.
And he goes, "Ooh, you fucking fooling bitch." And he kept on smacking me. I went to hit him with my umbrella and grabbed my hand. And he started hitting me back with it. And then he threw that away. I got that away from him. I was trying to kick the car in gear because it was still running. So he leave me alone and stuff. I started screaming. Kept on smacking. The more I screamed, the more I pleaded, the more he got off on it. Like he just went wild. He grabbed his big umbrella from the back seat. He ran right there.
On the corner one day, jumped into our car, 19-year-old boy. Took me down to the parking lot. I was coming out for a French. And we did Frenches in the car then. And all of a sudden a knife to the throat, do me for nothing type of thing. So did it. Back to the corner, said to myself, You gotta do it again. If you don't do it again, you know, you're gonna be screwed. So, jumped in another car, older man this time, got down to the same parking lot. He pulled a knife on me. After being a little freaked out over the knife, I don't know how I did it because I'm not a very strong person. I don't know how I did it. I just managed to fight my way out of it and got out of his car and went back to the corner. About 15 minutes later, I jumped into another car with a very distinguished looking man, went down to a different parking lot, and he pulls a gun on me. It was... I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I just did what he wanted me to do and got out of the car and hailed a cab and went home.
A trip happened to me Saturday night where these guys are starting on the corner, Pendrell and Davie. No, Pendrell and Jervis, I was at Pendrell and Jervis, and was just standing there, there's nobody else around. And this car pulled up and there was just 5 guys in it. And the 2 of them got out and grabbed me and pulled me into the back seat and held a knife on me, took me down to Stanley Park. And 2 of them basically did their, well, not basically, they did their trip with me there. And I don't know how the hell I did it, but I did some fast talking and I talked the 3rd guy into bringing me back to my place. Like what I said to him was, well, why don't we go back to my place? Like, I mean, I guarantee you there's nobody else there. Plus there's a bed there and I can clean up after each of you, you know, so, you know, I mean, it's nothing like a dirty hooer now, is there, you know? And the guy fell for it and they all got back into the car and they parked behind my apartment in the back alley, and I told them that my key only fit the front door, which was a lie. But we walked up to the front, right, and when we got on Davie Street, there's lights and cars, and there was a few people in front of my apartment building that I know, and then when the guy went to grab my hand to say, let's go to your apartment, I hollered, don't, and pulled away and ran away, and that freaked them out, and so the guys fucked off.
Everybody on the streets has bad experiences.